Amy Lewis, after many years of separation from her painful past, will finally meet Nate, her best friend since childhood. This meeting is more meaningful than ever. Amy carries with her a last hope, with a sincere request from her heart. In the face of a terminal diagnosis of a serious illness, Amy knows that her time is running out. Her strong desire is to find her half-brother, Damien, before leaving this world. Nate, with deep sympathy, cannot help but be moved by Amy's request. Although his feelings for her have become a great motivation, Nate understands that finding Damien is not an easy task. All they have are a few vague pieces of information, Amy's faint memories of a long-lost brother. However, in this urgent situation, he decides that he cannot refuse. The promise he made to Amy became a powerful motivator for him to embark on his investigation. However, Nate soon realized that this mission could not be done alone. He needed support, both in terms of resources and professional help. The first idea that flashed through his mind was to ask for help from an unlikely partner, Victor Newman. Despite his rocky relationship with Victor, who had once decided to remove him from Newman Enterprises, Nate still trusted Victor's understanding of the importance of family. He hoped that, with his experience and influence, Victor would agree to help him with this mission. With great determination, Nate went to Victor's office, a little worried and hopeful mixed together. When he described Amy's difficult situation and his urgent concern, Nate was careful but did not hide the seriousness in his eyes. Victor, the man nicknamed the Mustache, heard Nate's words and saw the seriousness and sincerity in his request. Victor's pride rarely softens, but when he sees someone daring to ask for help in a noble mission, Victor can't help but be moved. He also understands that sometimes the strength of family is the most important thing to preserve. However, Victor's decision is not easy. Perhaps, Nate will have to seek out Victor's daughter, Victoria Newman, or maybe Abby Newman Abbott. One or both of them will become leverage to help Nate approach Victor more easily, making him willing to help. Finally, Victor agrees, and the plan to find Damien begins to be implemented. With Victor's team, Nate will not simply go door to door asking, but instead will be a professional search with the most accurate information possible. In the coming weeks or months, each clue will gradually be revealed, bringing hope for an emotional reunion. The journey is not only to fulfill Amy's wish, but it could also be the first step for Nate and Damien to build a brotherly relationship. Nate knows that time is an enemy, but he is determined not to let it stop Amy's last wish. When everything is arranged, he hopes that this reunion will happen before it is too late, that Amy will meet the brother she once lost. And maybe, Damien will not just be a name on the list of strangers, but will be the one to walk with Nate on the journey of life. Nate is at an important crossroads in his life. Persuaded by Amy Lewis's earnest words, he embarks on a challenging mission, to find his long-lost half-brother, Damien. However, this journey does not stop at finding a missing person, but also reveals darker secrets, pushing Nate into a spiral of suspicion and deception. Amy's offer is too much for Nate to refuse. Caught in a tight spot because Amy's time is running out, he knows he has to act quickly. But as he begins to plan, Nate realizes he can't do it alone. At this point, Michael Balwin, a trusted friend and powerful attorney in town, volunteers to be Nate's investigative partner. Michael not only helps Nate with his extensive connections, but also brings an indispensable caution. However, as each step of the investigation, ambiguous and inconsistent signs in Amy's story begin to appear, making Michael suspicious. Although Amy convinces Nate with her emotional pleas, Michael is still not easily convinced. In the past, he has witnessed too many lies and elaborate schemes to not recognize the suspicious signs in Amy's story. Jill Abbott, a close friend of Michael's, cannot stay out of the game either. As a shrewd and experienced woman, Jill quickly realized that Damien's story had many holes that were difficult to explain. Both Michael and Jill knew that if Amy was hiding something, this request was not just a sentimental quest but could be a hidden agenda.